It's an exciting night. Hollywood's biggest stars are out in Beverly Hills as the Golden Globes return tonight.
Well, I live with the confidence if I believe in myself, the money will follow.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work out?
That doesn't even enter my consciousness.
The ceremony starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, hosted for the second time by comedian Nikki Glaser. Hollywood insiders are predicting potential wins for fellow nominees Sinners and Hamnet. And on the TV side, Apple TV's The Studio leads the nominations. But for more on that, let's now bring in Rad Simonpillai, film critic and culture columnist. Hey, Rad, great to see you. Thanks for taking out the time.
Great to see you, actually. I'm glad to be here.
It's a big night in Hollywood, as we know. So let's talk about some of the predictions for major categories like Best Picture, Actor Male and Actor Female.
Okay, where do you want me to start? Do you want me to start with the acting categories or the...
Wherever you like. Go ahead.
All right. Well, look, I mean, you just showed a clip of Timothée Chalamet in Marty Supreme, and I think, you know, he's nominated for Best Actor in a comedy or a musical. That category is kind of tough because he's up against Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another. Leonardo DiCaprio giving one of the best performances of his career in One Battle After Another. However, Marty Supreme, if people love the chaos that movie is, where Timothée Chalamet is playing like a tennis pro who just is so ambitious that he doesn't care who he hurts along the way, it feels like if you want to reward that movie, you're going to reward this performance for Timothée Chalamet. Over on the actress side in comedy or musical, that's an award that's going to go to Rose Byrne for her movie If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It's an absolutely incredible performance. It's one of the performances of the year where she plays an overworked mother dealing with a child who has special needs, and she's just like, it's just a kind of a whirlwind performance. So Rose Byrne absolutely deserving and probably going to win in that category. Best Actress Drama, that should be going to Jessie Buckley, who stars in Hamnet, the story of a tragedy in William Shakespeare's life. Jessie Buckley, always giving very devastating performances, and she just wrenches the tears out of you in that movie. Best Actor Drama is also kind of a tough category, but I think that one's going to go to to Wagner Moura for the Brazilian film The Secret Agent, which is one of my favorite movies of the year. It's a thriller set during the 1977 Brazilian dictatorship, and Wagner Moura giving one of the great performances of the year. In terms of Best Director, that's probably going to go to Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. One Battle After Another, the movie of the year. If you could watch it on Crave, watch it on Crave. That's the one that stars Leonardo DiCaprio as a former revolutionary who's being hunted by an old foe played by Sean Penn. Paul Thomas Anderson, he's been my favorite filmmaker for the past 2 decades. All of his movies are incredible. One Battle After Another being his most entertaining and accessible movie. So finally the movie that's going to win him these kinds of awards. Yeah. And that takes us over to Best Picture Comedy, which should also go to One Battle After Another. And the final category, Best Picture Drama, you mentioned this the competition between Sinners and Hamnet. Hamnet, again, being that Shakespeare story that's more of a typical awards winner. Sinners being this monumental story about Black history, but also a vampire story that taps into so much mythology and really captures the struggle for Black people and Black artists to own their own space and protect their culture. I think that's what the Golden Globes is going to lean to.
Okay, let's now shift our focus and talk about Canadian content and talent we'll be seeing at the Golden Globe. I have about 40 seconds. Go ahead.
Oh, my God. Well, the first one is going to be Maggie Kang, who should be taking the stage when K-pop Demon Hunters wins Best Animated Feature. Of course, that movie being a phenomenon, the biggest phenomenon of the year, and she being the kind of creative genius behind that. Also, look out for Seth Rogen. His show, The Studio, has been, as you said, the nomination leader, and that's an inside look at Hollywood. It'll be a nice full-circle moment when The Studio wins some Golden Globes, because one of the best episodes of The Studio is actually set during the Golden Globes, where Seth Rogen just desperately wants someone to thank him, so now he could thank himself. And also, you know, you could look out for the stars of Heated Rivalry to show up at the Golden Globes. Even though that show wasn't nominated, it's all anyone wants to talk about. So Heated Rivalry stars will make an appearance.
It's going to be a busy night for you, Rad, but we appreciate you taking out the time. That's Rad Simonpillai, film critic and culture columnist. Thanks for this.
Thanks for having me.